Today we're making steak, lobster, twice baked potatoes with asparagus. We're gonna start by prepping our potatoes for our twice bakes. We'll get them washed, poke holes in them, and we're gonna add a little bit of olive oil to them. We'll put some salt on them, and we'll roll them around in that olive oil and that salt. We'll make sure we get it all incorporated well, and those will be ready to go in the oven. In the meantime, we'll prep our turkey bacon for our twice bakes. Flip it when it's halfway done, and you're good to go. Once the potatoes are done, take them out of the oven, cut them down the middle, and let them cool down a little bit so you can work with them. Cut them down the middle, split them open, and let them cool down. Once they're ready, you're gonna wanna scoop out the inside of the potatoes into a bowl. And we're gonna keep the shell intact because we're gonna stuff it once we're done. Once you get all of your potatoes into the bowl, we're gonna start with our mashed potato mix. You're gonna keep that for later. We're gonna add some butter, we're gonna add some milk, we're gonna add some sour cream, and we're gonna mix this mixture up and get some mashed potatoes going on. You might have to adjust a little bit, add a little bit more milk if you need it, add a little bit more butter if you need it, however you like your mashed potatoes. Here I'm adding a little bit more milk. Once you get your mashed potato mixture how you like it, you're gonna wanna go on ahead and add some salt and pepper. And then we're gonna add in some cheese into this mixture. And we're gonna add in some green onions. Our turkey bacon's done and cut up. We're gonna add some Cajun seasoning and our turkey bacon back into that bowl. We're gonna mix that up until we get a consistent mix. Once that's mixed, we're gonna stuff the shells with this mixture. So you open your shell up and you get that mashed potato mixture right back in that empty potato shell. Once you get that all stuffed up, you're gonna fill each one of them up, put them back on your pan because these are gonna go back in the oven later. Once they're all stuffed, you can add some salt and pepper to the top of them, and you can add some cheese to the top of these because these are gonna go back in the oven. So those are ready to go in the oven. In the meantime, we're gonna light our barbecue. We're gonna start our charcoal chimney. We're gonna pour some charcoal in there. Don't worry about the pieces that fall. You're gonna add some olive oil to a couple pieces of tissue paper towels rather, and you're just gonna light it. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Now you're gonna let that heat up. In the meantime, we're gonna prep our steaks. Put some olive oil on them. Get them all incorporated with the olive oil. We're gonna add some Montreal steak spice to a plate. We're gonna add salt and pepper to our steaks, and then we're gonna wrap our sides with this Montreal steak spice. Sides, everything with it. We're gonna prep our lobster. One cut down the head, and then one cut down the tail, right down the center. We're gonna split this thing in half, get it ready to go on the grill. Once you get it split in half, we're gonna clean out this part here. We don't want that at all. We're gonna crack the claws because we wanna get some butter in there. That's all cleaned up. We're gonna add some Montreal steak spice, the keg steak spice to be exact. Your barbecue gets hot, you're gonna add a little bit of applewood to the bottom. That's what I like to do. And then we'll throw in some charcoal. You level your charcoal out, and you got your charcoal chimney full of hot charcoal. So we're gonna pour our hot charcoal right on our not lit charcoal, right on our nice applewood. That's gonna give us some flavor for our food. And we're gonna throw the lid back on the barbecue, and we're gonna shut this barbecue and let this heat up a little bit. Let that applewood start smoking up a little bit. In the meantime, we're gonna make some butter with a little bit of hot chili oil. We're gonna crush up some garlic and throw that in there. And we're gonna melt this whole butter. We're gonna use this to baste our lobster. Once we get it melted, we're gonna add some VSOP Remy cognac in there. That's gonna give it a nice flavor. And we're gonna use this to baste our lobster once we get it on the grill. In the meantime, we'll prep our asparagus, throw that in a pan. All you need is a little bit of water, butter, salt and pepper. Simmer that on low when it's time, and your asparagus will be good to go. There's some butter there. She's good to go. Now, our grill is ready. We're gonna throw our steaks on there. Then we're gonna throw our lobsters on there. Hit the lobsters on both sides. Let them sear up, not too long. You don't wanna burn it. See that apple smoke, nice. Pull everything off once you get it grilled up a little bit, and just take it off, but let the lobster go another second. Then we'll take everything off of there, and we're gonna put our griddle down on there. We gotta let this baby get nice and hot. We're gonna put some oil on it, Spread that oil all around so we don't have nothing sticking. We got that nice olive oil on there. We'll shut the lid and we'll let that heat up for a second. And then we're gonna go right back on there with our steak and our lobster. We'll go the inside down at first with our lobster. We're gonna put some butter on our steaks, and then we're gonna begin basting with our cognac butter, a little bit on the outside for flavor, and then we'll flip those lobsters over and we'll pour the rest right in them. You can hear the sizzle. See that butter melting on those steaks. Nice. It smells so good. Then after they're almost done, you flip those steaks over, incorporate that butter all throughout, and then we're gonna pull these babies off the grill. These are ready to go. They smell great. Bring them inside, and then you let them sit. You have to put some butter on them, and you gotta let them sit. Now we're gonna make a plate. Got our asparagus, our twice bake, our steak, our lobster, looking good. Put some fresh green onions on that thing. And we're ready for dinner here. Let's see what this is looking like. Put some sour cream on our potato, looking good.
A fork, spoon,
Dig into this claw first here. See that claw meat looking good. Put some of that butter on there with some hot sauce. And let's see what this steak looks like, looking good. And I'll let my son tell it at the end of this video. You can hear exactly what he says.